Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of This Week in History. I'm Alexandra Schneider. Thank you for joining me. This week in 1927, Catherine McRitchie, the culprit of a number of thefts, was finally apprehended. McRitchie was a maid in several prominent Lake Forest homes and was finally taken in by Lake Forest Police Chief Lester Tiffany and his desk sergeant Marion Huntoon. The pair recovered a great deal of loot which McRitchie admitted to having taken. Those who were robbed decided not to press charges. Instead, the state's attorney suggested that McRitchie be sent back to her hometown of Toronto. And in 1929, J.C. Emma, the manager of the Deerpath Theatre, had exciting news for local moviegoers. Douglas Fairbanks' newest swashbuckling action film, The Iron Mask, was to be shown in advance of other North Shore releases, so that local theatergoers would have the opportunity to view the film first. Fun fact about this movie, which I learned in the process of doing this, that though this film was actually released largely as a silent picture, it did include a musical score and a spoken prologue that was recorded by Douglas Fairbanks himself. For many theatergoers, this would have been the first time that they actually heard Douglas Fairbanks' voice on the screen. When the film is shown today, what's often viewed is actually a 1950s re-release, where the film is narrated by Fairbanks' son, actor Douglas Fairbanks Jr., which is pretty cool. And finally, in 1934, exciting news came in regards to a local celebrity. Jack Benny, born Benjamin Kibelski, was making the transition from radio to film. Benny and his wife and radio partner, Mary Livingston, were preparing to move to Hollywood, where they would continue their Friday night radio broadcast in addition to Benny's new filming schedule. Benny and his father, Meyer Kibelski, had lived for several years in Waukegan, though Mr. Kibelski, due to his son's great success, later afforded homes in both Lake Forest and Florida. The Lake Forester actually reported that Mr. Kibelski had recently returned from the Sunshine State and was, to I'm sure everybody's great relief, nicely tanned. Important news indeed. And there you have it. That's This Week in History. Thank you for joining me, and make sure to check out the History Center website for more great content.